I just got home from a New Year's Eve vacation and this is what I was greeted with. Look at this. There is a huge leak under the junglarium, as you can see. And if you are a regular Dark Den viewer, then you know that this is not the first time that the junglarium leaked, but this time it seems that it is way more serious, and I don't really know how I will be able to fix it this time. Last time the junglarium leaked, it was because, you see, I have a drainage hole here and all the water that pools in the drainage layer has an easy way out of the drainage layer, because otherwise the water will just pool inside until eventually everything is full and the entire substrate is filled with water. So that's why that hole is over there. And what happened is I had these pipes going out of this bucket that contains the filter. I had it outside and the water droplets were just going out of this bucket, pooling at this spot and eventually going out here on the floor. But that was an easy fix. I just cut those pipes and put them inside of the bucket. Problem solved. But this time we have a much bigger issue, maybe even a fundamental flaw with the junglarium. I'm not really sure. So let me show you what is the problem. As you can see, I have water pooling over there. I have water pooling over here. And also I have water pooling over there. And if you look on the back, you can see these two lines of water coming from the top, from the drainage layer, and that is obviously the place from where the drainage layer is leaking. And why exactly is leaking, I have no idea, because I siliconed all the joints in between these panels, but I didn't silicone the joint in between this and the wall that I built. All I used was that hydro insulation that I bought in the store, where people told me that it will hold water because it is a hydro insulation that is meant for that, but apparently, as we can see here, it is not holding water. So this gray looking thing, this is the hydro insulation. All of that is covered in hydro insulation, and the joint in between the wall and this drainage layer was also covered with hydro insulation. So that is probably what failed. And if you look at the area where it is coming from, it is right there, right underneath the log. So I don't even know if it shouldn't be that hard to reach it, but man, oh man, this is going to be tough to solve. And just as I added first real animals in here, this happens. It is like the Murphy's Law. The only thing that I think that I can do is dig all of that up and try to reseal that edge. Although if the hydro insulation that I used, if that failed, it means that it will probably fail in the future at any possible spot where I connected it with the drainage layer. So, okay, I don't have time to record that now. I need to feed all the frogs. I need to rethink if there are some other solutions. And then tomorrow I will tackle this. I don't even know how long this was leaking because I wasn't home for 3 days. This was one really long intro. Okay, a week has passed since the previous clip, and as you can see, the situation here is still unsolved. I decided that I won't be tearing down this part of the enclosure where the leak is located because I'm not really sure if I can fix it. At least I'm not really sure if I can fix it like good, you know. But don't you worry, I have some other plans. Basically, the main problem is if I tear down the silicone that currently leaks and apply new silicone, the fresh silicone don't really adhere to the old silicone, so therefore that leak would just move to the where two silicones meet, the old silicone and new silicone. So therefore I have a brilliant solution. It still involves some silicone, but I think that it should work. You see, the leak is really slow, so therefore I will take a silicone and make like an area surrounded by the silicone where the water that is dripping can slowly pool, and then periodically, like once a week or depending on how quickly it will fill up, I will just take some rag and clean that water out. I think that is the easiest and in the same time the most logical solution to this problem. And we just cross our fingers that it won't leak on some other spot. Yeah, that's the plan. Now, before we start with that, I need to address something. I need to address the situation from the last video. A video where I fed all of these tarantulas and at the same time gave you the opportunity to choose which tarantulas will stay in the dark den and which will actually leave the dark den. I noticed in the comments that some of you didn't really like that idea, but the only reason why I'm doing it like this, a lot of you that are watching these videos for a long time, you're all familiar with these tarantulas and you know them really good, you remember them from past videos, and through these votes I wanted all of you to be included in the final decision, and that is basically the only reason. As I said, I want to reduce the amount of tarantulas in the dark den so I can have more space for bigger enclosures, and also so I have less tarantulas and I can have less of them to enjoy them more. That is at least the logic behind it. And yeah, I could have just decided on my own and let you know later which one I sold, but to me this seemed more fun and, I don't know, better. So yeah, sorry if you didn't like the idea. Unfortunately, I cannot please everyone, that's just the human nature. Anyhow, there is a lot of Junglarium development that we need to go through, even without fixing the leak down there. And I apologize for the mess in the dark den. I started the enclosure production once again. By the way, if you need some plastic enclosures, I mean acrylic enclosures, they are once again restocked, all except this one. These are out of stock, shipping only for Europe, UK included. And also I received this package in my fan mail that I wanted to open in the last 2 videos, but every time I forget, so I must not forget it this time. Let's fix the leak, which should be fast and easy thing to do. Need to get these wires out of the way first. And the humidifier. Now I can get all of this kind of dry. Oh, and I realized that I won't be able to do this in this video because I cannot apply silicone to wet surface. This needs to dry first, and this won't be dry during recording of this video. So at least now you know how I will fix it. And in the future videos I will update you if it works or not. I will actually throw them some crickets, so potentially more frogs will come out. Żabki, żabki. In case you're wondering why I'm saying żabki, Žaba means frog on Croatia, and I want to give them some sound to associate with the feeding. So then in the future, at least in theory, they will come when they just hear that sound. At least that is what I'm hoping for. I'm not really sure if it will work. We can immediately start the update with this one, this frog, because this looks problematic. You see, this is a knee of one frog, and by the looks of it, skin on her knee is torn. I'm not really sure how that happened or why it happened, but it has been there for the past week. I've been daily observing this frog. She still acts normally, you see, she feeds well, no problem at all. And it definitely seems that it is not bothering her at all. It just looks so nasty and I don't know if I can do anything about it. If there are some knowledgeable frog people watching, let me know in the comments. I often read comments. Currently there are only 4 frogs visible. 2 of these, here's one, and over there is the second one, and also 2 of green frogs, the Dendrobates auratus. This one is actually my old one, from my frog enclosure, and over there, that one is one of the small ones. Yeah. Oh, and if you look up, over there you can see another orange one, so 3 orange ones. I don't remember the scientific name, so I just call them orange frogs. Never mind, another Dendrobates auratus small one. There is one that we spotted first, and here's the second one. So yeah, slowly but surely they are coming out, although some frogs are almost exclusively noticed on top. So yeah, we will need to search for those. So let me now first talk about my observation in regards to orange frogs. I hear them call each other all the time. I mean, not all the time, but every few hours you can hear some noises out of the Junglarium, and every time it is the orange frogs. So far I never heard Dendrobates auratus call each other, and I had them for 7 years, so maybe I had only females, I don't really know, but I never heard that, so this is something brand new for me. And not only that they are calling each other, but I often see them like interact together, like they chase each other, but not in the bad way. It seems like some sort of foreplay, you know, and 2 times so far I managed to spot them getting busy, if you know what I mean. So I really hope that in the future we will see some eggs and also the tadpoles. Is that how you... tadpoles, something like that, you know, the early frog stage. That's why I got those pots in the Junglarium, those holes with water, because inside hopefully they will lay their eggs and the tadpoles can develop. Ideally I would like to have like big bromeliads for that, but I currently don't have them and need to get them so I can provide more variety to them. And then Dendrobates auratus, I never seen some action in between them, but over there under these plants I noticed, oh, there is one now. One of those 2 big ones that I bought together. Ah, never mind. There is the other one, you see, they're always over there and sometimes they're like inside together, so I'm not really sure if they are a pair or not. I don't even know if they are a male and a female. That would be really, really cool if they actually are. But yeah, I never heard them call each other, and also I haven't seen any real action in between them. And once when I came here, actually a couple of times, I noticed I heard different sounds from the original calling I heard from the orange frogs, and I thought finally those are Dendrobates auratus calling, but I noticed that these guys just have two different callings for, I don't know, different stuff or something like that. So now new count with these two Dendrobates auratus visible and 3 that we can still observe here, you see? That is 5 in total, and we only lack 1. But often I have observed all 6 of them, and only one time in last week I noticed all 6 of orange frogs. So yeah, Dendrobates auratus seems to be more out and about. Some of you wondered if there will be aggression in between the two different species, and also something I didn't know, so I guess this answers that question. They are almost like two buddies, right? Just hanging out, searching for flies or crickets or whatever. Oh, but look at this! If you wondered what is up with these guys, this is not the first time that I observed them outside. Also not the first time that I observed it on this particular rock. I also noticed it on that rock and on some leaves over there. It looked like they are drinking water or something. I'm not really sure. Maybe they are eating some algae or some plants, some tiny microscopic plants that are growing on the rocks. I'm not really sure, but I'm so happy that these that are the prettiest out of the 3 that I added to the 3 different species of millipedes that I added to the enclosure, that these are actually active and can often be seen outside. And by the way, when I observed and recorded one on that rock, I also noticed one tiny millipede, like baby millipede, standing on the same rock, and it was super tiny. You can compare it with the red millipede when it passes by. You see it, the red one is huge in comparison, but if you compare it with my finger, you see it is tiny. I just assumed that it was a millipede baby. I don't really know what it is, and it is so cool that there is a lot of life in the Junglarium that I didn't actively bring it inside or put it inside, but it just developed on its own. And even more interesting thing is, in the water I found something that looked like, how do you call that thing that sucks blood? Leeches. It looked like a baby leech. I'm not really sure if that is the thing, but look at it. It definitely looks like leech, right? Should I worry or something? Let me show you something else. Here under this cork bark I put some dead roaches, so I hope that we will see if something is feeding on it. The roaches are gone. Here you can observe the leftovers of the huge roach that I put here, also dead roach, and that one is still present, but lateralis roaches are gone, so I assume that they were eaten completely. I was hoping that we will spot, oh never mind. Here is some random millipede, and there is another tiny millipede or something. Yeah. Okay, let me rewind this a bit. I didn't even realize that actually frog ate that isopod. And not only that, but look how long its tongue is. It's crazy. I need to make a slow motion feeding video of frogs. And this is a part of lateralis roach. Yeah, something definitely was feasting on those roaches. Isopods for sure. Yeah, too bad that we cannot see more, but oh, there is also another part of lateralis male. But what is doing way over there? I dropped them here under this cork bark, so something pulled it outside. Some buffed isopods, but if I think about it, there are some kind of big species of isopods inside, so maybe those were the one that managed to pull the lateralis roach out of the cork bark. I did the same under this cork bark, so let's see if we can observe anything. More isopods over there, roach leftovers, not much else. Shame. Oh, look, another orange frog, so that would make 4 in total, right? And that's not the same one that was over there, because I can still see her there, you see? Yeah. Oh, and 5th one down there. So in total we managed to observe 5 of each frogs. Maybe we have time to still spot last 2, because I have some more things to show you. Some plant updates, look at that. Even though I didn't put any background over there, you see the plant can still climb it, so yeah, I guess I will just leave that type of plant to cover the entire background, or maybe get some similar species that can also climb like that and just plant it over there on top. And on the sides as well. As I said in my last video, that is my biggest regret in regards to Junglarium, that I didn't cover both sides with something. Not because I need more space, but because it would look, the Junglarium would look 2 times better. Continuing with plant updates, you see this plant that I don't know the name of. It is finally growing here and over here even better, you see. I am so happy that it actually recovered, yeah. And this pretty plant is also like growing really good, and no panic, come on, chill. Don't be afraid, I feed you all the time, every day. Also, this is growing a bit slower than I expected. You know, we dropped a bunch of it on top, but all of that died off, and this is the only part that has survived. And somehow this part underneath. I have no idea how it got there, but I really don't mind it. But almost every plant that we put inside is developing superbly. It just shows you how much humidity and proper light means. If you wonder what is the light setup inside, it is brand new Arcadia's Luminize system. So yeah, check that out. Also, I didn't give you any updates about the pitcher plant, and if you look, this is a fresh growth, and together with that one over there, those are fresh pitchers, and I'm so happy it is holding on. You see here another fresh pitcher, although a bit in the shade, so I'm not sure how it will develop. And if we go up here, inside of this bromeliad, you cannot see it now. Maybe we need to disturb it just a little bit. Poke, poke, poke. Come out, little one, yes. See? Oh, they are fast, the geckos. That one is basically always inside of that bromeliad, which I'm so happy about, that there is at least one gecko that is always visible. And also, another one is posing over there. That one is also often on that rock, but not all the time. It is sleeping somewhere else in some crack, and I just still didn't figure out where exactly that is. Unlike this one that is gone now, it is always inside of that bromeliad. And before you worry, yeah, I know that I need to feed them with like crested gecko food. This is usually here, but now I put it over there for isopods to scavenge on it because it is old. So those are basically all Junglarium updates. I have read in the comments that a lot of you want like a 24-hour stream of the Junglarium, and I'm toying with that idea, but I'm not sure really how technically feasible that is. I will try to figure it out, because observing the Junglarium would be super chill, although on the video I can just give you one camera, you know, and if it's showing the entire Junglarium, you won't be able to see the details. And when it comes to Junglarium, the beauty is in the details, to get close and observe each individual frog, each individual plant and everything. And in the time-lapse, I mean not time-lapse, in the live stream, you wouldn't really feel that. Although I can try it out, there's nothing to lose, right? Something from Germany. First sentence is, hopefully this will arrive before Christmas is over, so you receive it as Linda's Christmas present. Christmas present for Linda? What? Yeah, a bit too late for that. As I said, I wanted to open it in like 2 last videos. I received it at the end of the year, so Christmas time was all basically over. So yeah, sorry about that. And it is from Arnes or Arne Z. Regardless, thanks. Hope. I hear some drinks and yeah. Monsters. Heck yeah. More monster. More monster. Wait, but where is Linda's present? Are monsters for Linda? Or I figured something wrong? Kinda Christmas present. Not Linda. It says kinda. Thank you so much. Yeah, I will enjoy them. Right now I'm going to play some World of Warcraft Season of Discovery. I'm playing just a bit. I don't really have time to play it as I would like, but a little bit of free time that I have after the baby obligations, Dark Den and everything, yeah, I spend it on WoW currently. It will be for the raid. Thank you. I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you did, thumbs it up and comment something. If you want to support the channel more, there's a Patreon page and also a web shop. You can go and check the stuff over there. I upload on Monday, so see you again soon. Bye!